Okay, this is an administrative hearing being held on September 22nd, 2025 in the Huntington County Courthouse. This hearing is being recorded. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to the laws of the state of Indiana as found in Indiana Code 6-1.1-1-1. The proceeding number is 35006 2505000028. The parcel number is 3501 30 100 045 104 006. The property address is 769 East 800 North in Huntington. The assessment year under appeal is 2025. Does everyone present agree to the year under appeal is as stated?
Yes, I do.
My name is Jill Zorger. I am secretary to the PTABOA. The following persons are here representing PTABOA.
Patty Kendler.
Les Howe.
Matt Capozzo.
The following persons,
Les Howe, H-O-W-E.
My hearing aid doesn't work right. I flew with the Air Guard for 21 years, and I'm sorry, I apologize.
That's okay.
That's okay.
My first name is Les.
Yeah,
My last name is Howe, H-O-W-E.
I got it, okay.
and the person representing the county assessor's office,
Jamie Matthews.
and the person representing the taxpayer is?
Gary John Loans,
Okay.
J-O-H-N-L-O-Z.
Okay, well, all persons who are or may be witnesses in this hearing, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, I do want to apologize for the hearing issue. It's unfortunate that 21 years of flying jets up there to Fairfield cost me a lot, but so if I look like I'm getting, it's because I'm not hearing exactly what you're saying. So again, I apologize. I wish I didn't have to deal with it, but I do. So let me give you a little bit of history. We built a home back in 2002, 3 miles southwest of Roanoke. Last year, you may remember me, I was in here for the first time ever. I filed an appeal, and we went through this process last year. And this year, I think that the final appeal last year ended up being assessed value of $713,100, which I think was high, but I agree. You could go ahead and live with it. This year it came back at $870,000, which was a 22% increase. And so my first thought was other than shock. Second one, I kind of became angry, but that's not based on any reality. And so I think I talked to Jill, and she said the legislatures come up with these formulas, adjustments, and whatever else. So you had sent me back in August your proposal, and you had 10 additional comps. And what I did is I added those, and I'm going to give you a new booklet to the 13 that I had, and we're going to walk through the comparables with that spreadsheet when I had this out. I remember in college, I had, of course, talked by an attorney, a real estate attorney, said the real value of any property is what somebody's willing to pay for, not what somebody estimates it at, or whatever else. So the only way I think you can truly get an assessed value is to look at comparables based on a criteria that's close to where you're at. And I'm going to go through this. A lot of it's the same as I submitted in May, except the spreadsheet's got your 10 on top of that, and then averaging that. And I'll walk through that. So here's the revised. It's basically, let me see if I got enough. It's the same spreadsheet with
You can just make sure they all have one, and then her and I can share, or if you need it, we'll just listen either way.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll walk this here with you. On how I look at this is, if you look at the first sheet, basically it's just what totaled up last year, what the final appeal was. Yeah, those two together, 713.
I just come back several times, including person term.
Okay. And I'm going to read this because this really spells out in detail. If I just kind of rambling go through it, it may not make sense. This is my overall justification of why there needs to be some type of realignment. I said the original 25 assessment increase from 713.1 to 870 or 22%. I've included a chart from the Indiana Realtors Association showing that the actual home values in Huntington County decreased 5% over the last 12 months. And we'll go through that chart. In order to determine the true appraised value of the John Lewis home or any home, I researched comparable Huntington County homes that were sold between mid-2024 and April 2025, and that's what I submitted back in May. I used these homes located in Huntington County with square footages ranging between 3,800 and 5,300. The John Lewis homes has about 4,500 square foot finished area. I had found 13 properties that fell into that specific range. I included the listings, and you have those from back in the original. We'll go through the spreadsheet here in a second. I've included the listings of each property as supporting documents, so it's not pie in the sky. The actual listing is included back in the back. The acreage ranged from a little over an acre to 7.3 acres. And these homes were constructed between 1989 and 2022. 9 homes have been sold, one was under contract, they were listed for sale. So in order to compare the similar properties, I determined the square foot cost by dividing the sale amount by the total square footage, finished square footage. Just gives you a square foot value of what the home actually sold for. Then I averaged all those 13 properties and came up with a square foot cost $136.96 per square foot for those 13. And Mrs. Argo sent me 10 additional properties in our analysis. So I added those on the spreadsheet, and we'll go through that in a second. So there's 23 comparable properties now that we're going to look at. The listing documents for those 10 homes is also included. I went ahead, Googled them all up, printed them all out. The actual listings is back in the back. And this gives us a good broad range statistical sampling. The larger the sampling, the better things are going to average out correctly. So the enclosed spreadsheet has 23 comparable properties, address, acreage, years construction, total square footage, bedrooms, baths, active roll status, and sale. The last column is a square foot cost per property for each property. I then averaged all 23 properties to determine an average cost per square foot. This is really the only true way to determine the value. The second spreadsheet lists the John Lewis Spring historic with the calculations, and we'll go through that. And if you look at the 870, that's $193 a square foot, substantially higher than the comps. Anyway, so down at the bottom, when you include the starters 10 properties in addition to the original 13, the average square foot cost of those properties is $154.96 a square foot. When you multiply the average sale price of all 23 properties of that times the square footage of our home, you arrive at an actual value, SS value, or value, true value of $697,314. So that's case number 1. You could say case number 2, that after their final appeal hearing last year, the state of the Indiana Realtors Association said the home values in Huntington County fell 5% last year. You could make a case for an actual reduction of 5% based on that. Conclusion, based on 2 different analysis methods, the appraised value for each method shows that the current value of 741 proposed in the SORA is not supported by the data. Based on the analysis of 23 comparable properties, the appraised value of John should be actually reduced to $697. So if you turn the page, this is the Indiana Realtors association where I come up with, showing the graph where that home value is actually was reduced last year.
Can I ask a question about this since we're on this page? Can I ask a question about this?
Sure.
On this particular chart, this is a rolling average chart.
Yeah.
Did you know what the criteria was for that? Is this all Huntington County properties?
I do not know what that is.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I did. Again, that's like, I'm not proposing that, that's a case number 2 that kind of falls in line with the overall concept that things didn't go up 22%. In fact. Okay. If we move on to the actual spreadsheet now, which is the whole guts. Those first 13 homes, those are the ones that I had submitted last May. Everything that I could find using Zillow or homes.com. And you'll see it lists the acreage, the year construction, finished square footage, bedrooms, baths, all that data. And then the most important thing was the sale price. And then the cost per square foot that actually tallied out based on the actual sale price. And then I had the 10 additional ones that was sent to me. And then at the bottom, I averaged all of those out as an average. And the average of those, based on the 23 comparables, was $154.96 a square foot. So, based on that data, comparable data, if you take our home value of 40, or the square footage 4,500 approximately, times that number 154, again, that assessed value as I see it based on this data of about 697. So that is really kind of the guts of that. So if you turn that over, and it's basically just showing a little bit of history on our particular home. And it shows how much higher that the current assessed value is over, it's substantially higher. So the note is based on the 25 assessment just received, the appraised value per square foot at $870,000 is $193 a square foot, where it actually should be what, 156, as I said, 154.96. And that makes the home value of the assessment almost 25% higher than the average of the 23 comparable properties. So, turn to the next page, it's basically just a recap. The 4,500 square foot times the 154.96 again equals the 697. Again, that's based on the average of all 23 comparable properties. So all the rest of this is just the supporting documents. It's the actual sale listings from Zillow. So I mean, it's not pie in the sky. It's actually, you look at it, and then what's another interesting here, just showed up last week. You can take this with a grain of salt if you want to. This is Redfin, which is like a Zillow. And I don't know how accurate their data is, but it.
Thank you.
Again, it was an unsolicited email, but I get all this because of I have to monitor all this real estate and buy and sell occasionally. So anyway, if you look at their numbers, they're even a lot lower. Again, I'm not advocating, I don't know what their criteria is. It's just like a Zillow, they track that stuff. I'm not sure how accurate it is. It's just simply something that I as it came in last week. So, in conclusion, I guess all I get asked, I'm a data guy. I'm an engineering data guy. I go by data. actually on the high side. And to want to increase it again based on the data, it's just not there. Now, you can do whatever you want, obviously. But if you really, if the purpose is to really establish a true value, the only way I think you can really do it is looking at comparable data. That's me speaking as an owner. And I'm not trying to get outpaid taxes, I just want to be paying fair taxes. So, anybody have any questions? I'm kind of nervous going through this.
Don't be nervous.
You've been the most prepared taxpayer we've had.
There's many hours. And I hate to take your time too, but I just feel I want to present my case a little. Anybody else have any question? I know it's a lot to kind of take in.
So are you thinking your value needs to be $747,100?
No, that's what
That's
we
what we had
proposed.
offered.
I think my value, according to the numbers, should be $697, based on the comparable data. Jill's offer came back at $747, and that was her proposal back to me, and I said, well, I want to look at the data, and I want to come and present the data to the entire committee and see where the chips fall, because again, so. I mean, I can live with what we had last year, but if you're going to increase it even more than what we appealed last year, I'd like to know what criteria is being used, because I don't see it on comparable property.
I don't know if you want to hear the assessor's side, but he's already kind of went through.
The assessor has 10 sales of comparable homes in Jackson Township. The assessor offered new assessment of $747,100.
Thank you.
Yeah, we limited it just to Jackson Township. Looking at some of those addresses, most of them I would say were in Huntington Township. But like you said, he went by square foot, so.
So your sales were all in Jackson?
Our sales were all in Jackson, that's what I pulled. Because that's what we would use to trend up or down.
Okay.
So I don't know if you average all of those. According to this.
Is it all right if can I put you on the spot for a second? And I know there's a lot of data here, so I don't intend to go through each individual data point, but there's one sale in particular that I'd like to ask you about and kind of get your comments on. And it's the property just about a mile away from your house there on this particular property here, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
I go by it
Yeah. So,
every day.
which sold for $860,000 just in this year. Some similarities in style, obviously similarities in location.
Well, there's some big differences.
Mhm.
There's a huge amount of property.
7 acres, I think.
And I'm in 3. They've got a huge pond, it's beautiful. If you've seen it, I looked at the home is all brick. It's a lot newer. They have an all brick matching outbuilding that all matches. That property is pristine. It is top shelf. My property, I got brick veneer in the front, all the rest of it's vinyl siding. Mine's 23 years old. I've got air windows, I've got caulk see there isn't anything close to that in there. So that's my explanation.
In your analysis, there isn't, right?
But again, you kind of have to average.
Right.
I mean, you can cherry pick. If you're going to cherry pick, you pick.
Nope, not asking to cherry pick. I was just asking for one that stood out
Yeah,
for a couple different reasons, to see what your comments
A lot
were.
of time with statistical analysis, you'll throw out the highest and the lowest,
Yeah.
and then average it in between. I didn't do that. I put in,
Right.
that is a pristine property over there. I drive by it almost every day. And that pond they have is,
And I think you have their neighbor's property in here too, right? The one that sold a couple years ago, just a little bit down there. I think it's white, that white ranch right there.
I can't remember what exactly.
You can't remember all 13 of them, just like that?
Well, last May I did, but then you know how much has happened since last May? And you'll also notice in my place, I've got 3 bedrooms, 2 and a half bath. Most of those comps have 4 and 5 bedrooms and 3 and a half, 4 baths. So I'm a little short on some things, but some of the other comps are better. But, you know, you could say, well, there are other things that you're above the other comps, and I fully understand that. So you could weight that statistical average one way or the other if you look at different things.
How do you like your circle drive? How do you like your circle?
I love it.
Yeah, we have problems with ours because trucks keep driving into the, and in the winter,
Yeah. Well, I have a problem because FedEx and UPS, they can't make that,
yes.
so they have to back out.
Good.
But
I'm glad they do instead of drive through it like they do ours, yeah. Because we just can't keep anything in there. They're constantly driving
Yeah.
through it, yeah.
It looks good, that's about what.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, it's pretty, very pretty.
Well, good for the grandkids. Grandkids
Yeah.
can do laps and.
Oh, yeah. If you want to get steps, you can go and walk around it. I've done that, yeah.
That works well for
It
that.
does.
I just had to replace a bank of windows, $20,000 because they were leaking already. And that's just one small bank. I've got the whole house that needs to be replaced in the back. That's another thing there. So, you know, when you get that age, things start happening. And, but that's just reality.
Yeah.
What age is that?
I'm 23.
That's not even old, yeah.
Yeah.
We have that too. Window problems with the wood rotting and that we have, and they were Marvin windows.
That's what I put in this one bank. They're not cheap, but I didn't want to have to deal with that again.
Yeah.
Floors getting wet and,
Oh, I know. We've got 23 that we have to, would have to replace eventually, yeah. That's exciting.
If you ever needed, Bushy's does a great job.
Do they?
Oh, yeah, they're not cheap, but they did a fabulous job. Water seal and everything on the outside. I mean, really, I watched them, and all new trim and all match, so
Okay.
I just throw their name out.
And they just were willing to replace some and not all? Yeah. I can't do them all, that's for sure. No way.
I mean,
I'm just getting the rotten ones right now and then,
that's exactly what I just did.
yeah. Our houses are about the same age, obviously, here. Yeah.
Do you have other
Do we have
questions?
any other questions or anything
I
that?
don't think I have any questions. I think I need time to calculate.
Yeah, to think and calculate. It seems like this house is low, but
There's no questions. I would move to take this under advisement.
Second that, take this under advisement.
Those in favor of putting it under advisement, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We're gonna take some time to calculate it and then let you know, because you brought us a lot of data. And although we're used to looking at a lot of data, I think, you brought us a lot of data.
Well, I mean, the more data, the better chance you make, I think, an honest decision. So that was the reason. So I fully understand. I know you guys will look at it and give me, just hopefully a reasonable solution.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll
Appreciate
adjourn
your
the
time.
hearing.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
let
you
you
for
know.
coming.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Footage,
Right, yeah, I
which
don't
has a
know.
different contributory value.
Right.
But he has done the most homework of any taxpayer, probably ever.
Probably ever,
No,
yeah.
yeah,
I would have to maybe agree that perhaps the 800 is a little high. Just
Oh, yeah.
Not-
That's
not
why I
to
told
put
you with
anybody
these
on
cost table updates, the larger square foot homes did see
Really
quite
did.
an impact that it was like, whoa.
So in like 6951 North, 368 Huntington, is that part of that, I don't know, the photographer used to live there.
Yeah.
What's the address again? Sorry.
That's where it is. It's in Briarwood,
Oh,
Briarwood,
yeah.
yeah.
Is that what the name of that place is?
the backside of Briarwood. Off of 700 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Rex
take it, I
Frederick's
just don't
house.
know that.
That's the photographer, that's it, yeah. I don't know whose house that one is, but I mean, let's see.
Fredericks,
Rex.
Rex.
that's the guy.
Yep, that's the guy. You got it. Good
Used
job.
bookstore guy now.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah.
Books and
He
music.
had the most brutal backyard landscaping I've ever seen.
6951 North.
It's been a couple of years ago, don't you see?
Yes, I see.
I'll bet you it's been
Yeah.
35 years now. I worked for Steve Gray at the time. And we put in his
Oh, yeah.
stuff, we had put the backhoe
you could really throw that one out.
Oh,
pretty
man,
easily.
because that's really,
Yeah, which doesn't, I mean, it doesn't change his analysis any, but.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the way you blotted out all the numbers so you can't check the math. Because I was trying to add the stuff up to get his math, and I couldn't get his numbers at all. What do you say his square footage is?
You weren't even getting his square footage, huh? Yikes. We just.
No, I couldn't get his square footage on the
Okay.
spreadsheet.
Yeah. Okay. You know, you never know, do you?
Okay, so those are his and yours.
So on his realtor analysis, where things are 5% down, he could have went over
I was
farther,
gonna
and the
pull that
year
up for
over
you.
year in previous period is up 11%.
Yeah,
So
that's,
that means from his 713 or whatever it was, we should be up 11%, which puts us at about 800.
Puts it back to where
Good
Jill
job,
said.
Les.
Thank you.
Yeah.
well, and here, yeah, I haven't loaded it on here, so it's probably gonna load pretty slow, but that's from the Indiana Association of Realtors. I have access to that same data too. And,
But is that the entire state?
no, it breaks it down. You can break it down by zip code, by all kinds of different things. So you can break it down pretty far, but it's just, I mean, it's a little bit like Zillow. It's just a lot of raw data. You know,
That's
it's,
what you wonder if it's the whole county, if it was just the city, if it was.
yeah, that 11%
runoffs.
number is the whole county, because I run that
Okay.
rolling average report all the time.
All the time.
So it's the whole county, which again it's not wrong. It's just hard to apply it to a property.
So that means that everything we should be doing should be 11% higher than the year before.
Well, but that's only that's a 3-month rolling average report.
Okay.
So it's only comparing
So that is
this
the-
3 months versus that 3 months, so,
So the 5%, that's the annual number?
sure. Yeah, I mean, it depends on market segment, right? But yeah.
But I think what that's pulling is the average sale price. So it's saying 175, which is down 5% from 24, so that's not really
I mean,
applicable.
if we do,
I don't know if that person will come in or not.
so if we take
Oh, I
August,
think that's an offer, or no, that's his file.
Yeah. You asked for additional information.
let's go January
That's
25.
provided.
Did
Yeah,
I
we're gonna assume Huntington
enter my
County.
email into the record? I'm kidding, that was a joke.
And then real estate
Probably not, 'cause
single
there wasn't a
family
file.
attached. This should be pretty close to his data.
This is the next one coming in.
Okay. Next one coming in.
Oh, but they're
No,
not,
we ain't doing any
they're
more.
not till 2:30,
We're done.
so.
We're
This
done.
is it.
We're not doing it.
Sorry.
Sorry, there was a
I
break.
didn't realize that.
There was a break, I should have do that.
Well,
So just trying to recreate his data, which I didn't exactly, I probably missed the wrong month, but this is going November 24 to January 25 versus the previous period. You pick up 9%, which is in line with what his 11% is probably just a little bit different time period. But that's a 12. This is the 3 month going
No,
3
he's
to
got
3.
5% negative on the, you got 9, and the 9 is on.
Well, yeah, that's because there's so little data in there. You just need a couple of data points to sell high or low, and you can swing that.
Makes it go
You know.
crazy.
A
Yeah.
reasonable,
I mean, right now for Huntington County, if I don't parse down data, but I want to like play with north side, south side. I mean, I can give you in the last 12 months an appreciation rate from anywhere from -2 to 11%. You know what I mean? It's just, right? 'Cause our data is so inconsistent from year to year. It's not always the same houses that sell, right?
Right.
Now, if we just narrow that down and say we look at, you know, Stony Brook, right? Well, then that's gonna come into that 5, 6, 7%. You know, when you look at a very narrow focused area. But
Yes.
this is what he was pulling out.
It's really open.
Yeah, so if we
wide
go
open.
down to the 3-month rolling average, and see, this is what he printed out. This gives you a -1 and a -3% if you just look at a 3-month window. So that's the difference. you
Yes,
know.
okay.
And again, 3-month windows, we get weird market anomalies all the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so, and again, that doesn't discount anything else he did, but that one particular
Right.
graph is kind
Yeah.
of very narrow.
And that makes
Yes.
his second point that he was trying to run into that was pretty, moot.
Yeah, right, right.
Okay.
I mean, but I think his argument that even in Jackson Township, it probably didn't increase 30% in 12 months is a valid argument,
oh, yes.
right?
So, yeah.
So, anyway. I'm just flipping through. Where it is. So you guys, Joe, you had some overlap with him in data, didn't you?
Yeah, the supplementals are all hers.
Those are hers?
Yeah.
Mine are in the red, so mine, like I said, I limit to Jackson Township. I don't think he had any of those sales.
So for
No,
fun,
I mean, he
so
didn't
fun
have
and
it.
sport, what's your average in your group?
He didn't have any of my no.
Yeah, but, this is his stuff, isn't it?
And I mean, my defense to my information is I think Roanoke Jackson sells really good because everybody wants to be in Roanoke schools. So I would be curious as to how many of those that he used were in Roanoke
Right.
School District.
I mean, you have a point there. It's not just that either, it's proximity to.
Right, it's proximity to
Fort
Fort Wayne,
Wayne.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I really just think Jackson sells differently, but
That is the
I
most
agree.
expensive part of the county.
I agree.
Yep. And that is the type of house that would generate a premium. It's in the right area, it's close to 24. It's got some land, not a lot of land. I mean, it's a good property. It's a good property.
700,000 is a pretty good price.
Today? Starter home. So,
Wow, well, I'm in a retirement home.
well, you know, I mean, you look at new construction cost, I mean, you know, it's a $200 a
Right.
square house to build, easy.
oh yeah.
Which, cost isn't value, I understand that,
Yeah.
but, yeah. Did I hear you earlier say, Jill, that you ran an average on what?
So if I
But-
calculated it right on my
Could-
calculator, so if you just use my sales per square foot according to his thing, so if I just take all his out, it was 178.36 times the 4,500 that he's using for a square foot is 801.
Okay, so you're.
But I quickly did it on my computer, so hopefully I caught them all.
Yeah, because again, but you're all Jackson, and then, you know, you
Yes.
don't have some of the lower.
Yes.
The lower ones.
I mean, that's what our standards are now. I know if you run an appraisal, you just pick somewhat distance and then
Yeah.
you talk
Yeah.
about, yeah, so.
It looks like he's close to his house in
Right.
most of these, except the city ones, but he didn't go out to Dallas, and it doesn't appear, or any place like that.
Just that
did he?
one on West Maple Grove.
Right.
Oh, Maple,
That-
yeah.
That would be Dallas. The
Yeah.
Stinson Drive is out there, Arrow Landings by the airport, Huntington Airport.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them are probably, what did we say, Briarwood, the 7.
Yeah. Yeah, the rest are
You would be,
mostly in Clear Creek Township.
I would say Clear Creek Township or Huntington Township would be
Yeah.
the rest of them, other than those few city. Well, I guess the Arrow Landings is Huntington Township too.
Yeah, it doesn't really say on the stuff.
That's a lot of data.
Those are all kind of, well, I was gonna say most of his are older sales compared to his. I mean, he's a 2002. He built in 2002. And mine are probably a little more, well,
No, in there.
in there. I was gonna say
Yeah.
more newer, but they're kind of in there. And I mean, I'm fine if you guys want to think on this one even longer, because this is a lot of data and a lot of.
You've got pretty much every sale that's out there.
Yeah, I would feel more.
There's a couple of newer things, which obviously you wouldn't
Right,
have
and
wanted.
it's- Yeah.
So, look at that, 178.36. Exactly.
Did I math right?
Is that what yours
178.36?
is?
Okay.
Yeah. I was just trying to break, did you do his separate? Because that's what I was trying to do, I was gonna do yours and his, I just.
No, I did mine from his spreadsheet, so that's what I was using my computer calculator, and I don't have my little number pad, so I hoped I hit them all in there right, but.
I was just impressed that I did, not that you did. And those of us that didn't take keyboarding, that took typing and.
You just almost have to throw out that one on St. Emily if you use his, because the indoor, in-ground pool and different things that
Oh,
it
yeah, they
has.
do have they have an enclosure and an
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that house is really only comparable to itself.
Yes, yes, it's skewing the square footage price, I think.
Yeah, so he's at 136.73
Okay?
with St. Emily.
Yeah, because we technically, I think that house, we assess the enclosure on the pool as not part of the house square foot. The square foot's probably more than that.
Oh, yeah, it's like 8,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say we take it, because I had somebody call me about that, now that we talk about that. And she was like, does that include that? And I said, no, it's its own,
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
that
a pool
place.
enclosure, so it's, I mean, you can look at it either way. Yeah, that is square foot of your home, but
Mm-hmm. But
it
Can't
could be, yeah.
So yeah, she's at 178 and he's at 136.
36.
You put the two together, is it 154?
I can't do that math in my head, I'm not the
Well, it's on
accountant.
the paper, it's on the paper, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm working on the one
Right,
you gave and she
right.
gave.
Let's scratch his head, it's about 154.96, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And how many square feet do we say that he has?
I think he said 4,500.
Can you give us a doodad somewhere?
Hello, are you Mr. Driscoll?
Yes.
So is this
Okay,
the one we're supposed to
just
review?
give us
or
a
the
couple
next
more
one?
minutes, and then I'll have you
That-
step up to the podium when they're ready for you, okay?
What's the name there? I don't remember her name.
That's in Warren, so that ain't the one.
Okay.
So she didn't give us one for him?
I have to find where I'm at.
What are you
Where's my
wanting,
sheet?
Les?
Driscoll.
No, is it John's? Did you give
John's?
us did you give a
John
paper
was.
for him?
Yeah. It's a big pack.
Oh, this
Yes.
is yours stuff all connected together, it's not, And
Yes,
this is
it's
his, you
his,
said?
yeah, so when you
Okay.
get one of these packs, it's what they have plus what I have.
Okay. That's kind of curious, because this spreadsheet doesn't have the other 10 items that you had on your comps in here, right?
Correct, so that's why he said he went back and added my 10 that I gave him.
And conveniently didn't put the totals, yeah.
He didn't put the total to his little spreadsheet, huh?
No. I still think some of those gotta come
So
out.
the taxpayer, your offer was 166.02 per square foot. All right, the 7, yeah, yep, it is, I'm sorry,
Okay.
it is.
I was gonna say, yeah, I offered this 747,100, but.
Percentage that increase. Next time, bring in the laptop.
This is Mr.
It's less than 2% increase.
I just meant that we didn't really need to say anything because he had everything to show us that our sales were from Jackson. That's kind of what I meant from that.
All right, guys, I keep on, I'm gonna sneak in between it. I keep on coming back to this property, and it's excluded from everybody's list. And this is Steve Ness's property on Fort Wayne Road.
Oh, okay.
You know, right where it is, right across the, and you get on Fort Wayne Road, you kind of take a curve and you go up, and his was on the right. Always had a manicured perfect lot. So, this sold, in '24.
Oh,
So October of '24, it did sell at auction. It was a very active, very competitive auction. Sold for $724,500. House was built in '93. Nothing has been updated inside. Obviously,
Okay.
it was immaculable. Or,
Yeah. I got
whatever that
ya.
word is. Good
I got
grief.
ya. I like that word.
Yeah, immaculable. Impeccable.
Impeccable, maybe?
Yeah, impeccable is the word I was going for, but, so, it's on like 7.5 acres, 5.5
Yeah.
acres. Yeah, 5.58 acres. A nice pond here, did have a nice horse barn. The whole back half of the, was riding arena and then stalls, so there's nothing finished inside, and it sold for $724,000.
3 beds.
2640 above, and then, but only 1,000 square feet below grade. So that was the one sale that I think is missing, that hasn't been reflected, and it sold for $724,500.
How many square feet?
Above, 2640 up, and 924 finished in a walkout. So a little less below.
And it sold when?
October of last year.
Okay.
28.
I'm surprised they sold that.
I think they downsized.
Okay,
We're all getting younger.
yep.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry to interject into your space there, but
So did we have a price per square foot? Did we come up with that? On that, or?
At a gross, you still have your calculator? Yeah. It's, per square footage is, well, you want the sale price, 724, 500. And total finished square footage above and below grade is 3564.
Okay. Drum roll.
Ouch.
No, that's not what it is it?
Yep. 203, but remember, there's a pond. Subject property doesn't have a pond. There is a horse barn on this facility. The other one doesn't, but it also has a 3-car attached garage and a 3-car detached garage. This property only has an attached 2-car garage. But a whole lot less square footage below grade. So there's,
Yes.
you know, obviously there's a little disparity.
Okay.
Smaller house, bigger, which, I mean, in my opinion, it really comes back around to the 747.1. I mean, it's kind of a well-supported number in the market. But
So, we have one more after him.
Yeah.
if, I mean, if
I
we
was gonna
wanna-
say, you wanna
'cause
think on this one more and we'll
I
get
do, because
this
I would
one.
really love to
Okay.
subtract 1, 2, 3, 4 of those properties out,
Yeah.
which I think are distorted, and then see what the
Yeah.
footage is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
we don't have to rush through it at all.
Okay.
So she's already handed you the packet. It
Mm-hmm.
should be Driscoll.
Yeah, let's try to get all the crap that I have.
Okay, if you wanna stand up to the podium, I'll read a little opening thing. We'll identify who we all are, raise our right hands and swear, and then I'll turn it over to you, okay?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Are there two there?
There's too many.
Do they have it? Okay.
All right. Hello.
This is an administrative hearing being held on September 22nd, 2025 in the Huntington County Courthouse. This hearing is being recorded. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to the laws of the state of Indiana as found in Indiana Code 6-1.1-1-1. The preceding number is 35-008-25-05-00003. The parcel number is 35-11-12-200-050-000-008. The property address is 599 West 700 South in Warren. The assessment year under appeal is 2025. Does everyone present agree that the year under appeal is as stated?
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Jill Zorger. I am secretary to the PTABOA. The following persons are here representing the PTABOA.
Patty Kindler.
Les Howe?
Matt Capoza?
The following persons are here representing the county assessor's office.
Jamie Matthews.
And the following persons are here representing the taxpayer.
Pardon?
What's your name? State your name.
Oh, Michael Driscoll.
Okay. Will all persons who are or may be witnesses in this hearing please raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, go ahead.
No, my concern or my issue is that my current assessment for the structures and improvements on the property increased by 75% over last year. I asked for justification why that increased by that amount, and I have not seen any.
Did I not send anything?
Requested additional information.
Did I not send you our comparables that I had?
You sent me a list of 6 properties
Okay.
that the sales cost on, or sale price of those properties were equitable to mine, but I only found 5 of those. And the average of those sales did not come to the assessed value on the property. I went to the Beacon GIS system, searching for comparable properties. Went through 2 or 3 different searches, I didn't find any. Going back to the DLGF, their information is, and they had a comparison chart of assessment values increasing for the state by an amount of 12% on average. So I still don't understand mine going up 75%.
Do you have a value of what you think your property
I
should?
proposed to you on that, when I submitted that appeal, a value of, 190.
A total 190 or for the structures
For
190?
the structures.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
disputing the cost or the value of the property itself.
Okay, so the
And
land
that's
plus,
about 19, or
the-
whatever that assessment is.
so 209,700 then. 190 plus 19,400 for the land is 209,700. I'm sorry, it was on
The
the back.
land value is 19.4.
Yeah, it was on the back of the appeal.
I'm not disputing that land value.
So I know it's an oddball question, but is there any reason that the 23 to 24 is no change?
We didn't have enough sales.
In which there have been no improvements made on that property within the last year.
So then the house here, and I realize we don't know the numbers exactly, but the house is approximately 2,280 square feet? That sound
Yeah, I
about
believe
right?
that. Yeah, I
And
believe that square footage is
more or less correct.
more or less correct.
And then the large area to the right of that is all garage area?
Yeah, that garage is 40 by 40, so it's 1,600 square feet
Okay.
garage, which is unfinished.
Nice garage though.
And it's all slab and crawl space? And then how many bedrooms are on the property?
Two.
Two bedrooms?
Jamie, do you want to just state what the assessor's council is?
Mr. Driscoll? Are you required to carry flood insurance on the property as a?
I was required to carry that when the house had a mortgage on it, since the mortgage
Mhm, okay,
is no longer there. It's optional as far as I'm concerned, but I do carry flood insurance.
okay. So a portion of the improvements are in the flood zone.
That'd be in the garage or the house.
Now, the map is accurate about half through the middle of it, which,
It's,
yeah, maybe it should Joe hold up the flood zone.
actually, it's right on the edge of it. Because
Okay.
when I went through that process, when I added on that 840 square footage,
To get in
they
there.
come out and looked at that, for that
Okay.
commit to add that square footage.
That's about where the overlay is.
Yeah.
Which those can be off a little bit, because there's always an angle.
Right.
They're
layer
never
above layer.
100%. It's kind of trying to put a three-dimensional object under a two-dimensional object, never lines up perfect. But at one point, you were required to carry flood insurance by your lender, so that.
Okay.
State, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if I were to sell that property and somebody carried mortgage on it, they'd have to have flood
Carry
insurance.
flood insurance.
The assessor has 7 sales of comparable homes in Jefferson Township in the same neighborhood as the subject property, with the sales date of 1/1 of '23 and greater. The sales indicate the subject property is in line with the market. Requested additional information from the taxpayer. The assessor recommends no change at this time.
You guys have any additional questions or any?
I don't think so.
Are the assessors comps in the same area, neighborhood?
Yep. So he is in a neighborhood, Jefferson Township, 1980 and newer. So all of those are in his neighborhood. So they're all in Jefferson Township and they're all 1980 or newer.
Except the second comp says it was built in 1950. Not to question, but on the first one.
I'm sorry, his neighborhood is 1980 and older.
Older.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry, I
all
said
right.
that backwards.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Jefferson Township, 1979 and older are in one neighborhood,
Okay.
and 1980 and newer, so yeah.
I don't have any questions.
I would motion to take under advisement for consideration.
Second that motion?
I have a motion to take it under advisement. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, same sign. We shall calculate and see what we can come up with.
Pardon?
So we shall calculate and see what we can come up with for you.
We'll adjourn the hearing and they'll look over everything that you've said and they'll look at the comparables and everything and then they'll.
Are you interested in having any documentation that I've got? It's basically just the forms that I've filed, the stuff that you should already have.
Historical forms or anything new? Because you'll have everything.
I don't have anything that you filed with my office, so all I have is the appeal form that you filed. So if there's anything above and beyond that you want them to look at,
Yeah, we never turn down information, so
No,
feel free.
I don't know that there's anything here that you don't have, except that I cited a article published by Indiana Capital Chronicle, which discussed the increase of assessed values for the entire state. Published that comparison chart that lists the rise of assessment values for the 92 counties in the state.
Do you
And
want
like I
us,
say, that average was 12%.
do you want us to make a copy of that, or?
You can have this copy of it.
Okay,
if
yeah,
you
we'll go
like.
ahead and take that, I mean,
Take anything you got.
yep.
And granted, Huntington County was a little bit higher than that 12%.
Huntington County was higher than the 12%.
Yeah, Huntington County exceeded that 12%, but
We were probably between 20 and 30, I would be my guess.
it was still well below 75%.
Okay.
Okay, well, we
Excellent.
thank you for the information, and like I said, they'll make a decision, and if for some reason they need anything, we'll be in contact with you. If not, they'll send you what's called a Form 115 with the new assessed value if they make a
So I'll
change.
get something in the mail then.
Yes.
Okay, fine, thank you.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
sir. Interesting.
We had just a disclosure of how this works with the trending. We had, and I think Jefferson was one of them, Jefferson and Union Township. So after the state applied these new cost table updates and everything went up, our assessed values were still under what things were selling. So these neighborhoods didn't trend down. Most of the other ones trended down, where they only saw 20% increase or less. But these neighborhoods that where the sales were supporting these new values, we didn't trend down. So Union got a big hit this year, and if I remember right, it was Jefferson. Jefferson normally doesn't have the sales to trend every year, so, I mean, I look at it that they were low. Yes, I sympathize with this guy. I don't think he went up 75%. I calculated about 66%, but,
Yeah, I don't.
but that's where, we just didn't have the sales to bring them
Oh,
back down after
absolutely.
the cost table update. That's the explanation there. I mean,
Yep.
we just didn't. And you-
I mean, but he's got a flood zone to deal with. He's got two
Yes, when
bedrooms
he
to deal
goes to
with.
sell, that will definitely,
Yeah, I would agree his is way too high. The question is, what does the number become?
Yeah, that's not 288.
Yeah. I try to work that backwards off, if he's gonna use the benefit of this, is now the residential goes up 13%, let's say, in Lincoln County. So I just used his 12
Uh-huh.
on 172, to get it to 24, and then use 12 again, and get it to here, and then I lost the number, but
hit or miss.
yeah,
whether-
it's 200,000, 210, 260, I think is what it was. And she wanted 209, so I don't know. The killer becomes is when you don't have any sales, so it stays the same, and then you get something, it just
Right.
exaggerates.
Yeah, and that's how the Indiana system works. I mean, that's just
Yeah,
how
I
it
know,
is.
I understand that.
I
It's
can't just, as much as I would like to look up what the trend is for real estate and bump everybody up that way, that's just not how it,
No.
And the sales are just, typical of Huntington County. Just
Right.
all different.
all
so
over the place.
Varied, yeah.
So if you take the 173 the first time by 12%, you're gonna be 20 grand,
Yeah.
puts you at 193. Now, you take the 193 times 12%, which is
Yeah.
gonna be your new number, and that's gonna put you at, I think it was
217.
209, 209,
Yeah.
208, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 207.6,
Okay.
plus a little few percentage points.
Yeah, so,
And that, I mean, and he was asking for 209,700.
Yeah, so I mean,
I
it's
didn't
in
see
the,
that on the back of the
it's,
form.
it's kind of in the range.
Yeah, it wasn't where it's supposed to be, was
Right.
it? I didn't see it either to go, it's back on the form.
I would motion to accept the taxpayer evaluation of claim 209,700.
Yeah, because that's including the land, doesn't it? And he was okay with the land value.
Yep, the 19,400 and then the 190.
Mm-hmm. I would second that motion.
Okay. Those in favor of 209,700, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Back to Mr. Jones, or you guys want a break? The next one is, it is 2:34, and the next one is at 3 o'clock. I'm sure whether
Okay.
they'll be here or not, I don't know.
Okay.
We want to go back to John Walls?
Oh, we can go back and start calculating that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I can offer my opinion.
Okay.
Is everything that I look at probably has a higher number than the assessor's offer. Well, I'm kind of okay with Jill's offer on that one, 747, 100. I mean, that's a pretty well-supported number, if I heard that. That's probably, of all the ones we've seen, is probably the best data set.
Yeah,
The-
because it's Jackson Township and I have the sales.
Yeah, I mean, those are really good sales.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'd have to find a reason to vary from that data, and it would only be like, well, I'm gonna just look at these two or those two to go higher or lower. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I won't even charge you 2 cents for it.
Damn. I was hoping for Jill to pay 2 cents just to see where that got us.
I just wanna see Jamie get up and like yell at taxpayers and
Jamie?
So, do you have thick skin? Or
No,
you
I'm
think-
making her do this out of,
Because there's times that I think you read your stuff and then we just shoot it down, and I'm thinking, we're not aiming at you
no, I
at
don't
all.
take it personal,
You know,
no.
if I do, you probably should see my face.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Well, you were elected to have thick skin.
Yeah, that's true.
So Jamie's going through a hazing ritual?
Yes, she
Is that what
is.
that's what this is?
Wow. I thought they did away with that.
Yeah. It has to be worse at the counter though, right? I mean, by the time they get here,
Yeah, they're pretty mellow here.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I have been in there when some of the people I was dropping off forms and they were coming in. Yeah, they were elated.
And I have a very bad trait that I want them to understand my side of it, so I'll sit there and talk to them till I'm blue in the face.
And sometimes you gotta talk them out, right? You just gotta.
Yeah, I mean, they still don't listen to me. I had this gentleman, and he combined 2 of his lots, and he came in and he complained because the association was charging him 2 dues, essentially 2 dues, because he owned 2 lots.
2 lots now. Very
And
common.
he wanted me to say that he only owned 1 lot, and I said, you've combined them, but there's still 2 lots that you own. You own lot 1 and lot 2,
Two.
so you still own 2 lots. Tax purpose wise, yes, you did combine them into one for tax purposes, but you still own 2 lots. And like, he just wouldn't, and I didn't compromise either. I
Couldn't
just
write
kept
the
saying the
letter,
same thing
could ya?
over and over again. I was like,
The letter
you
says
have
you
2
still
lots.
own 2 lots.
Well, he could spend a few $1,000s and submit a replat.
True, yep.
Yeah, there you go. Then you'd only have
Problem
1 lot.
solved.
Yep, that's
And depending upon what his HOA dues are, that may or may not make sense.
right. Tell them that, Joe.
Yeah.
Get a replat next time.
Our HOA dues would charge.
one's
that
messier than
category.
the other. I guess I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's our next one. All right. You're good.
Okay, are we moving on to this one or not
I was
making a
gonna say,
motion,
do
or
you
we're
want
really, really close here?
To make a motion on this one, or you just wanna?
I didn't hear
think of-
one.
Well, you didn't hear one, no. Are you entertaining
No,
one?
we didn't make one. I was asking if you wanted to make one.
Are
Yeah,
you
but I'm
guys-
looking at my cohorts in crime. I didn't hear a motion.
Oh, you're making the motion.
I don't know. I'm not. But if they
He
will.
doesn't have to now. He's the president.
Oh.
He just calls for one. Well, did you think Jill's offer was reasonable in that? Did
Yeah,
you
I-
not? You did?
I thought so.
Okay, well then I'll make a motion that we take the offer Jill gave of $747
Okay.
on,
Second?
Have a first and second to accept the 747,100 that the assessor provided. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. 747,100 it is.
you got that, Jill?
Yep, I got that.
Okay,
Wrote it down.
all right.
That's only 150,000. I guess it's okay.
Are you Mr. Marr?
Gloria.
Okay, if you want to step up to the podium and then I'll read a little script, we'll identify who we all are, I'll swear you in to tell the truth, and then we'll get started, okay? Alright. This is an administrative hearing being held on September 22nd, 2025 at the Huntington County Courthouse. This hearing is being recorded. This hearing being conducted pursuant to the laws of the state of Indiana as found in Indiana Code 6-1.1-1-1. The proceeding number is 35-008-25-05-00005. The parcel number is 35-11-24-200-026-800-008. The property address is 1003 West 900 South in Warren. The assessment year under appeal is 2025. Does everyone present agree the year under appeal is as stated?
Yes.
My name is Jill Zorker. I am the secretary of the PTABOA. The following persons are here representing the PTABOA.
Patty Kindler.
Plus how?
Matt Capoza?
The following persons are here representing the county assessor's office.
Jamie Matthews.
And the following persons representing the taxpayer.
Tony Marsh.
Will all persons who are or may be witnesses in the hearing raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Marsh.
I got my assessment. I guess you really haven't paid attention to them. I mean, over the last 12 years, you know, it goes up 6,000, 8,000, basically every other year is what, from what I've looked at. And in 12 years, it's went up a little over $16,000. And then in 1 year, it goes up 44.9, half the price of my property. My property is only valued at 92. As far as what they're raising, the land value has never changed. And I just don't understand that. I've done no improvements in over 10 years. How it can be justified to jump that much in an economy like it is. This Jill Zorger,
Yes.
you know, when I filed my appeal, she answered back and she lowered it down $13,000. And so I sent back a counter offer telling her that I would, if she would lower it another $10,000, which is still a little over half of what you were originally wanting to raise it, I would agree to that. And I'm here.
He is also in the Jefferson Township 1979 and older, so that's where our comparables come from.
Oh, and I don't know if it makes any difference, but they got the property listed with a bath and a half. It doesn't, it's only had one bathroom since we moved there in 1978. It's listed as 2.99 acres, because I checked with whoever it is that's got to do with the property. They said it's adjusted there, but not on this stuff. Because we lost almost 3/4 of an acre to the interstate when it went through. And so, but it's never been adjusted for that. You know, our property, she brought it up there, and it does still show our property line going all the way across the northbound side of the interstate and halfway across the southbound side, so as far as values, my mother never wanted to get it changed because she said she could always list it as 3 acres. You know, so
So how many acres do you actually have?
probably just barely over 2.
Okay.
'Cause like I said, you know, the interstate takes up quite a bit of it.
So we show the actual legal description as being 2.988 acres. We are only assessing him as 1.97 as usable, and then his road right-of-way is 1.01. So you're taking 1.01 acres out of that.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I
What
heard
she
her
said,
say.
okay.
I just know that when you look it up, wherever, it's still listed as 2.99 acres. And,
Uh-huh,
you know, as far as comparing it to anything, you know,
right, yeah.
So the total assessed acreage though is just under 2. Is that what you said?
Yep, 1.97 is what he's actually taxed on.
I mean, I got no intention of selling. I'm staying there until I die. I retire here in 4 years, so I'm not liking the idea of my taxes and insurance jumping way up on something that I'm not planning on ever getting rid of. You know, especially when I haven't done anything to it in 10 years.
Does it help things if half bath comes off too?
A little, yeah. Not a
I mean,
huge
while we're
amount.
fixing this, we might as well fix
The half bath coming off, Jill?
Yeah, that will take off by,
Like I said, what got my attention was from a 92, what was it, 92.8 or something like that, and it jumped up 44.9, almost half the value, you know. And when I say that too, let's see. Yeah, because it's still going to be the same thing between the, when it says the structures and improvements. That's the only place it changed.
are you requesting the 24 value of 92,009, or, yeah, 92,900, or did you want the counter offer of 116,300?
Isn't there a happy medium?
Whatever, honestly, whatever you think you'd sell your property for.
Like I said, I've never even considered someone. I know I looked it up on the market on stuff, and it talks about with all these assessments going on that it's stifled the housing market right now because things are jacked up too high. And like I said, I've never really cared because I'm not planning on going anywhere. I plan on dying. God, I got it paid off here in less than 2.5 years. I plan on going. I don't want to be in debt anymore. You know? Everything else I want to be paid off in less than that. So I'm working on my retirement, you know, and sure don't want to be going in debt. I mean, in a, what do you want to say, a fairy tale world, yeah, I could stay at the 92, but I don't expect it. I expect it, like I said, it's been going up 68,000 every 2 years. You know, and I would have never complained about that. But when it, as much as it jumped, that got my attention. You know, I think a lot of other people I talk to never realize it because they just overlook it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, is this the assessor?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
because you sent me a thing on my appeal and said that you reevaluated and you had knocked off like $13,000. And I sent back a counter offer and asked if you'd knock off another 10, I would agree to that and not dispute it anymore, which still would have been less than, the increase would have still been more than half of what the original assessment was, and then I'm here. So, I mean, that's all I was trying to do, is get another 10,000 knocked off, you know, of the, I don't even remember what yet. Because I had to dig to find that.
Yeah, you were at 137.8, I offered 126.3, and then you said 116.3.
Right. And that 116.3, I mean, that's what I offered, you know, through the email. You know, somewhere in that neighborhood, I'd be happy. You know, I can understand things going up. I'm not stupid as far as the economy. I mean, I know building material, everything's expensive. You know,
So that's-
it was just too drastic of a jump for me to swallow.
We understand.
Yep.
Same direction.
Yeah.
You guys have any more questions for me?
Not really.
Okay.
A motion to take this under advisement?
Second that motion?
Have a motion to take it under advisement. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Okay, we will adjourn the meeting. They'll look at some of the stuff that you've said. They'll look at the comparables, and we'll send you what's called a Form 115 in the mail with what they decide.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you for coming.
Now, is this something I have to go through every other year, or?
Well, it is something you can if you want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, you know, I've been managing my mother's estate long before she died, you know, and like I said, seeing $6,000 and $8,000 jumps wasn't nothing. But to see a 44.9 jump, you know,
My thought would be, it's obviously up to you, but if it jumps like that again next year, because a lot of this is computer generated. If it jumps again,
see you again.
File.
Yeah.
Yeah, file an
you know,
appeal.
to file an appeal.
No,
But you're right,
seriously.
you have the opportunity to do that.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, usually I'm not one to buck the system, you know, but like I said, that was just a hard pill for me to swallow. And I know a lot of other people did. Everybody wants to know how I did. They're asking, you know. So, like, all right, y'all have a
Okay,
good day.
thank you, you too.
Thanks for your time.
So to a certain degree, he's in the same boat as the guy that was just in here before. He's in the section that had no sales,
Yes.
and all of a sudden sales
Sales.
happened.
Yeah, he's
you
in
guys
that
next
same neighborhood, so.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Driscoll had a flood zone, and this gentleman has I-69 in his backyard.
Yeah.
Which has got to be, to me, that's an adverse sales.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Just constant.
Yeah, the noise. Oh.
Although, you know, when we lived on William Street, the train comes through, you get, so you never hear it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. So, you want to propose your number, my number, or you have one?
What's your number? What's yours?
Mine was 110,
Okay.
which was, I didn't want to say anything because that's
Right.
$6,000 less than hers.
And I thought we should then take 116.3 because that's what he
punched up
asked
over here,
for.
he's got 97 something.
Oh
I'm
my
like-
gosh.
So I'm like, you know,
I have
Yeah.
97,765, just going 7% off of last year's number.
Okay.
yeah, so I mean,
But again, last year's number is not a well-defined number, and it was flat, so, I mean, you could probably, I don't think Les's number's unrealistic at all.
but, you know.
I mean,
I'd
that
support-
levels
I'd
out
support-
last year not having any appreciation is what your number does.
Right.
I mean, I think that's,
Or are we just giving the 116, which makes him happy?
I'm good with that.
Or
His
make it
requested
Are we
amount,
making
116.3.
115.3 so that we give him a little less until it felt better, or? whichever.
We had to take the half bath off. too,
I did,
right?
yes.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that,
I like how people just throw this at me like we didn't talk about this before. I will say this one kind of slightly fell through the crack because I did go out and field check this, and he's probably, I think the 116 would be plenty.
Yeah, I would
So
agree.
you like
She
the one,
says
you like the one,
plenty.
you like the, okay,
Yeah, I mean-
so now then,
I
all
hate
right,
to
so.
lose value, but
Well,
with it
everyone-
being by I-69 and it's, I mean, this.
I have 110, 600.
And what is it, that's based on
And
5%
my guess
a
is
year?
it's,
That's, out of 9% maybe a year, but it was because of the, I started back in whatever, 23,
Okay,
it
you
was
went
flat.
back and that's reasonable, because it gets rid of that year where there just wasn't any data down there. Yeah.
It's like
So
raising,
110, 600?
yeah. If she thinks her 116 is plenty. Or is my 110 still too high?
no, that would be fine.
Okay, now we're back to your buddy.
Okay, do we have to make a motion?
So
Oh, wait, you need a motion on that. You already motioned on the other one.
Yeah, so motioned, 110.6.
Okay,
Second?
I have a motion on the floor for 110,600 for Mr. No, just Driscoll?
Marsh.
Marsh.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Okay.
That motion shall carry. Do we get everybody?